Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Matthew Whelan. This year I have taken on a new role as we've gone into the virtual learning. We are making it trying to make it a little bit easier on you guys, and we have set up a task force of people to try and help with um, the at-home learners. So that's our goal, is to help with the at-home learners. So once again, my name is Matthew Whelan. I am, I was a third grade teacher. Many of you know me from teaching third grade, but I've stepped into this role as the support teacher for the virtual Radford students. So we're going to give it a few more minutes. It's almost 3 o'clock. Um, we'll give it just a couple of minutes to see if anybody else shows up before I start showing you how to get into the Google Classroom and how to submit your assignments. Now, a couple of things as we get started. I do have everybody muted, and if we could stay muted, that would be really cool. There's a chat function, and it's either at the bottom of your screen if you're on a computer, or if you're on a tablet, it'll be on the top right-hand side. Any questions that you have, if you could post them in the chat for me, that would be really helpful, and that way I can answer those questions as we go along. I do have a couple more people coming in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you and show you exactly where to click and how to see the assignments, view the assignments, and post your students' work. And so I've set up an account as a student, so you'll see it exactly as your students see it. So I figured that was the easiest way to be helpful on this. And if I keep looking to the side, it's because I have two separate screens going. So I've got my camera on one screen and then I'm looking at the other one to let people in. So I'm going to go ahead. I did see a chat here. Are there any more laptops available? Yes. If you would contact your, if you would email me, and I will put my email in the chat at the end, and let me know your child's name, what class they're in. I do have some laptops here that I can have you come collect from the school board office. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so now you should be seeing my computer screen that I am sharing with you. Sorry, I'm just trying to find somebody. Okay, so this is what the Google screen will look like once you log in as your student. That's really important, that you have to be logged into the computer as the student. Now, you'll be able to see my mouse move around. Up here in the top right-hand corner, you will see a circle. Mine's a blue circle. It has the M in it. Yours, the color will change, but it should have your child's first initial in it. So it's really important to check that that is set to the right account. And if you hold your mouse over it, it shows up sorry, I'm just letting some more people in. It shows up what account is logged into Google. And you want to make sure that is your child's rcps.k12.va account. So once you've made sure that is correct, beside that is a series of 9 dots. It's called the waffle, and that's where all your Google apps are going to be. So when you click there, it shows you all of the different apps that you have access to as a student. So up the top here, we have your Google Classroom app. This is where your students' work is going to be. So when you click on that, it will load Google Classroom. I have several different Google Classrooms that I have joined so I can show you guys the different ways some of the teachers are doing it. Now, we're going to start with Miss Hall's class. She's a 4th grade teacher. And to get into your child's class, you just click on the teacher's name and it will bring you to the stream. A couple of things about the stream. Most of the teachers are posting their daily welcome videos in here, and some of them are posting a daily check-in. So it opens up to that screen every time you open a class. It also has, right here, it has this Google Meets link. When your child's teacher is doing synchronous learning, once we start doing that on Wednesdays in September, that is where they're going to click in order to be able to access that synchronous learning. From what I understand at this point, that's the plan. Things are changing on an hour by hour basis as we work out the kinks, because we haven't done this before and we're doing the best that we can, and we really would we appreciate your patience as we work through this. But in here, this Google Hangout, Google Meet link is where they will go when their teacher has set up a Google Meet. And we figured that was easier to have it right there so that you just go straight to it. All of your students' classwork is going to be in this middle tab. So the classwork tab in the middle is going to show all of your students' work. Teachers have set topics over here on the left-hand side, and it shows you day by day what work they're expected to complete. So Miss Hall is posting her morning messages here in the classwork page. Now, I know that there have been some issues with the videos. We have put a fix in place. It should have gone live this afternoon. So tomorrow, there should be no more issues with the videos. There was a glitch in the system where it was kicking the students out. So from now on, the videos should be fixed and you should be good to go. So that is where Ms. Hall is posting her morning videos. I'm going to scroll down here to a science assignment that Ms. Hall has posted. So if you click the assignment here at the bottom, it has a view assignment button. You're going to click on there and that will take you to the page that shows you where your students' work actually is. Ms. Hall is posting a Google slide for each child in this instance. So it's already sitting there with your child's name on it. So you just click that to open it up and it will load the Google slide. The really cool thing about Google is that you don't have to worry about the saving, it does it automatically. So for this here, you have a page to fill out, and each one of these blank boxes, or it may say type here, has a text box attached to it. So I'm going to zoom this in. If you want to zoom in your child's work to make it easier for them to see, there's a zoom button up here at the top. You click that and then you click on the page and then you unclick it and it goes back to the cursor. Now, if you look at this first box, you can just see the box itself. If I try and do anything right there now, I'm going to delete that box and it will be gone. So I need to double click in there, and then I see I have a flashing cursor in that box. Now I'm able to type my answer, sorry, wrong keyboard, answer in that box. And then when I click out of it, now my answer is right there. So I would do that for each one of these. And if it says type here, you're going to make sure your cursor is there. backspace to get rid of that type here, and then enter your answer. We're going to go down a little further. The next slide has a video to watch. Listen to the Earthlets read aloud. And then on the next screen, there is a sort to do. So on this one here, you have observation, inference, and then down at the bottom, you have a series of text boxes that are already filled out. What you want to do is you want to grab that text box and you want to drag it to the correct one. So if you have something like this where you've got to move it to where it needs to be, that's a drag and drop. On the fourth slide here, we have, look at the picture below, make 3 observations using the 5 senses and 3 inferences. So on here, on this one, I would double click here, and then I get rid of the type here and put my answer right there. Now, if you need to insert a picture, if you're doing work and your child's doing work on paper and you want to send the work to the teacher, if you add a slide up here at the top with the plus, and then you go to that slide, click in the box. Here at the top, you have an insert image. You click the little drop down beside it, and it's got the camera. Now, I'm not going to click on it because I did that earlier today and it kicked me out of the Zoom meeting. But if you click on the camera there, then it will turn the camera on, it will take a picture, and you can submit your assignment with that picture embedded in the Google Slides. So we're going to pretend that I have finished this assignment. So I'm just going to close it down. It's already saved. Over here on the right-hand side, underneath my work, it says turn in. When I'm completely done with my assignment, I click that turn in, and I get a pop-up that says, I'm attaching this one attachment, and do I really want to do that? So, yes, I'm completely finished. I want to do that. I'm going to turn it in. Now my assignment has been submitted to Miss Hall. So then she can go in and see it and grade it. Now, if I do that by mistake, and I'm like, oh man, I totally forgot to do one of the slides. This little button right here, the unsubmit button, is going to be your best friend. Because when I click that, yes, I want to unsubmit. Now I can go back in and edit my Google Slides again. Once I submit the work, I actually lose access to that file. So if I submit the work and it's not completed, I need to unsubmit it in order to regain access to the file. Now, if I do submit it and my teacher grades it and sends it back to me, it will come back in here as being able to be edited and resubmitted. So that's how you will submit an assignment if your teacher is assigning it 1 per student. We're going to go have a look at Mr. Ware's math class. Because in Mr. Ware's math class, he set things up a little bit differently. Once again, once I open it up, it goes automatically to the stream. And Mr. Ware has the daily videos right here to tell you what to do. So that's what I was talking about with being able to see the videos from the teacher right there. Once again, the classwork is where all your work is going to be. If you have, and I'm going to go into this IXL one here, I'm going to unsubmit it. I submitted this one earlier today. If you have an assignment like this where it's an IXL or an outside website, you may not actually have anything to submit with your work. So it told me in the instructions that I need to do here, complete IXLs, R1 through 6, go to 80% completion. Okay, I go to IXL, I log in, I get to 80% completion. Then I come here and I go mark as done. Now it says you didn't attach any work for Excel, so your teacher will just see it's done. That's fine. With outside programs, the teachers can actually go and see what you've done on that actual program itself. So I'm just going to click mark as done. And once again, I get that unsubmit if I needed it. Once I do mark it as done, the button, see how these ones here are kind of a pinkish color? The button turns gray. That means that I have submitted that particular assignment. So therefore, I don't have to worry about that one anymore. Let's go down here to the create a word ratio problem. So on this one here, once again, I'm going to click the view assignment. Mr. Ware has put in create a word problem using at least 3 sentences, and he wants the students to use Google Docs and add the assignment to Classroom. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is up here in the top corner with the work, it says add or create. And so I can add right here, and I want to add a Google Doc because that's where I'm going to do my typing. Now, what it's doing is it is creating a Google Doc that has the name of the assignment and has my name already in it. Then I can type my word problem in here. And now I have this turn in button up the top. That turn in button works exactly the same as the one on the main screen. So I'm done with my word problem. I click turn in. It takes me back to this screen. And once again, it asks me, are you sure you're ready to turn this in? I'm going to click turn in, and then Mr. Ware will have my assignment with the page attached. That is if your teacher is not giving a page for each student. So that makes it really easy right there. You don't have to worry about what the assignment is called. You don't have to worry about changing the name of the file, anything like that. It automatically creates it with your child's name and the name of the assignment. I'm going to go back and show you another one. I had a question about this earlier today, and that's on something like this notes page here. So I'm going to view assignment. On this particular one here, because it's just notes and a sample, Mr. Ware has not given access to edit this document. That's because he wants the document to stay the same. So he doesn't want it to change for the other students. He wants it just to stay exactly how it is. So right now, there's nothing I can do to edit this file. If you get an assignment that is set like this and you get the request edit access button, what you can actually do is go in and click the file button and make a copy. Now, this is going to make a copy of it in my drive, and you can put your child's name here at the front. And so there we have my assignment. And so now I'm able to edit this document because I now own it. So if you happen to get one where the teacher has not said it correctly, that's probably the easiest way to fix that right there. Now, when I go back into the assignment here, in this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add from my Google Drive because I created the page in my Google Drive, and here's my file right here. So I select that file and I click insert, and now it's adding that document directly to the assignment. And then once again, I can just click the turn in and turn in, and my assignment is done. usually with ones where there's notes, I'm going to unsubmit this so I can delete that out of the assignment. The teacher really just wants you to mark it as done. So once you've read the notes, gone over it, you've used it, then you can just mark as done. And that way the teacher knows you have accessed that particular assignment. So hopefully I'm not moving too fast. I'm trying to do the best I can. I got a question, are all the classroom assignments on virtual? Yes, most of it will be assigned into Google Classroom, especially once the Chromebooks come home from your child's teacher. Hybrid students in 3rd through 6th grade will be bringing home their Chromebooks and the charging cords on tomorrow and Friday. So if you're a child in 3rd through 5th grade, they should be bringing their Chromebook home in the next couple of days. If you're a hybrid student, if your child is a hybrid student. I'm going to go to Miss Worrell's class next because Miss Worrell has the form here that says that's her check-in form. So each morning, the Sir Good Morning video from Tuesday. So you would watch the video and then you open this form here. And then this is how some of the teachers are recording that you're going onto Google Classroom each day, especially for the virtual students and on your hybrid students' virtual days. So I'm going to type my name in here. And I'm going to come down. How are you doing? I am doing amazing today. And however your child is feeling that day, that's great. So, there's no right or wrong answer there. If your child is woke up and got out of the wrong side of the bed, I have 3 daughters myself. I totally understand when they get out the wrong side of the bed. We had a day like that yesterday, believe me. So sometimes they may be terrible. And so however they feel, it kind of gives the teachers a feel too, like if they get one of these back and it's like, I'm really not doing good today, well, then the teacher may reach out and say, hey, what can we do to help? How can we make this better? So then you would click next. And then on this second slide, it's write anything you want. Send me any questions you have, tell me a funny joke, or just say hi. So I'm going to say hi, Mrs. I keep typing on the wrong keyboard. Hi, Mrs. Worrell. I'm demonstrating using your classroom. And then I'm going to come in and click submit. And so great job, your answers were submitted, you can exit. So then at that point, I can just click that button and it goes away. So I've submitted this form for today. So I see there's quite a few questions coming up. And thank you, Ms. McCauley, for answering the questions as they come up. That's been really helpful. So some of the work is for the younger students is on Seesaw. So we are working on that. We did do a push out of the Seesaw apps to the Chromebooks, so you shouldn't have any trouble with getting the Seesaw apps on there. And Miss Patterson is much better at Seesaw than me. And so I'm not 100% on Seesaw. I'm trying to work out exactly how with the family app I know some people are having trouble with actually adding the pictures and things. So that is a work in progress at the moment. We're trying to make it where as much as possible we can get things submitted through Google Classroom. Um, so, and yes, if a teacher is posting to share to Seesaw, which Miss Worrell is a teacher that is doing that. So we have the Seesaw down here. So if the teacher is doing that, they will be monitoring that program for the work. Whatever the teachers are putting out there, they're monitoring those programs. Virtual and hybrid will look the same. As far as I'm aware at this point in time. The teachers are creating all of their work on Google Classroom, and so whoever your student is assigned to, you just go in and do the work for that day in Google Classroom. So whether you're virtual or you're hybrid, if your child is hybrid and they're at school on Monday and Thursday, then they will complete the work from Monday and Thursday at school. If they are at home on Monday and Thursday, then they would complete that virtual work in classroom just the same. And if your student is fully virtual, they'll do every day on Google Classroom. So do I have any other questions? Is there anything that I need to go over again? Is there anything that I went too fast on? If you could post any questions that you might have in the chat. And then we'll see how we go from there. Okay. As far as the emails and passwords, yes, whatever Chromebook your student brings home, they should already be assigned. They should already be signed into that Chromebook, and they should already know their passwords. That's why we haven't sent them home yet, because we wanted to give the teachers time to get their students logged into the Chromebook and practicing with that. So as far as missed assignments, at this point, most teachers are not putting due dates on the assignments yet. They will be adding the due dates. And so if an assignment is not submitted by the due date, yes, you will still have access to it, but when it's submitted, it will say submitted late. So you still have your child do the work, get it submitted. It will just show up as that they submitted it after the actual due date. Once again, the Chromebooks are coming home from school for the 3rd through 6th graders on either Thursday or Friday for the hybrid students. So if your child is a Monday, Thursday student, they'll bring their Chromebook home tomorrow. If your child is a Tuesday, Friday student, they will bring their Chromebook home on Friday. That is only for 3 through 6 at this point in time. I'm not sure what the plan is as far as getting Chromebooks home for the K through 2 students. That's still a work in progress at this point. It's very hard for the K through 2 students to make sure the Chromebooks get home safely. And that's our main concern with that, is just to make sure they get home safely so that you guys can use them. And if you're seeing 2 pictures of me, like I said, it's because I'm using 2 screens. The one with just the still picture is before the coronavirus beard, and now this is after the coronavirus beard. So I just decided to stop shaving. But anyway, you're welcome. I'm glad that this has been helpful. I'm here to help you guys. Like I said at the beginning, we are putting together a task force, and Miss McCauley is also on that task force with us. Yay, Miss McCauley. um, and Miss Patterson and um, Miss Lane and Mr. Williams at the high school and the junior high. We're working together to try and help you guys the best that we can. Um, so I am going to post this recording. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel. And it takes a while to do that. I hope to have it up by this afternoon, but it may not be up until tomorrow morning. Questions as far as the questions about Chromebooks. I'm putting my email address in the chat as we speak. Oops, that went privately. I don't know why it went privately. Let me click that again. So yes, my email is mwhelan@rcps.org, and that should be showing up in the chat right now. I am one point of contact. We are working on getting a Google form set up for the parents so that if you have any issues whatsoever, you just fill in that Google form, submit it, and one of the 4 or 5 of us will contact you back to let you know how best we can help you. If your child can't log into her account, if you send me an email with your child's name, I can look up their email and their password, and I can get back to you and help you get logged in. I also do have a function that I found out about, and it's a remote desktop, Chrome remote desktop. And if need be, I can have your child access Chrome remote desktop. I access it on my end, and then they give me the code. And then I'm actually in control of your child's Chromebook, and I can show them exactly what they need to do. As we're talking on the phone or something like that, I can go into their Chromebook and show them exactly what they need to do. So that's there as well. So does anybody else have any other questions? Yes, the Chromebook, can one Chromebook be shared? Yes, Ms. McCauley answered that one in the chat. You can share Chromebook between 2 different students. You just, on the bottom left-hand corner, when you sign out of one account, there will be an add user button, and you just click the add user and put the second child's information in there to log into the Chromebook. You've just got to make sure that you actually, when you're accessing the classroom, that circle does have the correct child's initial in it. So if there are no other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end this session. I really, really appreciate all of you guys getting on. I hope this was helpful. Like I said, shoot me an email if you need any help. I'm here. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.